What's up, YouTube? So today on First Take, one of their segments, they're going over on who would be responsible to bring in Anthony Davis. Will it be Magic Johnson or LeBron James? And whose fault will it be if they're not able to land Anthony Davis? So let's see what they have to say on First Take.
I think it's Magic. I think it's Magic Johnson. I mean, the fact of the matter is that you almost don't want to say that because you look at Magic Johnson and it's like, okay, considering the moribund state of affairs that existed when Jim Buss was running the show, if not flat out pathetic. And I don't blame Mitch Kupchak for that at all. I'm very, very happy that Mitch Kupchak is an executive in Charlotte because the thing that he was guilty of was obviously siding with Jim Buss because that's the man who was running basketball operations. Mitch Kupchak is widely respected throughout NBA circles, and I think that needs to be recognized. Jim Buss is the joke. He was perceived as being the joke, and his relationship with Jeannie Buss was flat out dysfunctional, and she deserves some culpability in that as well, because even though she handles business matters and she's widely respected in that regard, the reality is that they both could have done a better job of presenting a better front running the Los Angeles Lakers, and neither did that. So as siblings, they're both culpable, even though nobody's more culpable than Jim Buss. Having said all of that, I say that only because Magic Johnson is a clear upgrade, and he did go out and get LeBron James. So that much is true. But what I would...
So Magic definitely takes credit for and gets credit for bringing in LeBron James. That's a huge, major player because he's one of arguably the best player in the NBA right now. So I'd give Magic a little bit of room. Like I said, maybe a little bit more time to figure out, get the players that are needed. Because he got LeBron, like I said, but he's going to have to rebuild. He's going to have to get more people. So even if they don't get Anthony Davis, I would still give him a little bit more time. I mean, that would be a big ding and not getting him. But I'd give Magic Johnson a little bit more time to get a player next year or maybe even LeBron's third year. Pick up some players because somebody's going to come. And I suspect that there's a reason why a lot of players haven't come play with LeBron yet in LA is because they might not like him. I think they probably don't want to deal with the drama that comes with LeBron James. As in, if things go bad, he's going to blame the other players. He might blame you. He might throw you under the bus. During an interview, he might trash you indirectly. He might do some passive-aggressive stuff and go on Twitter and throw some tweets about you. On the other hand, if he's winning, everything goes fine. Oh, all the praise goes to LeBron. It's because LeBron's the number one player. Oh, God. Well, what about your teammates? What about your teammates? What about Kyrie when he saved you? What about Ray Allen when he saved you? Okay, I'm going a little bit too far on a tangent, but let's see what else they have to say.
Add to all of that is that now you're under the gun because here's the reality. Magic Johnson, if he doesn't get help for LeBron James, they're not going to win anything. And LeBron James will be in the Los Angeles Lakers uniform. And if they don't get it done, he will be the one superstar in the history of the Los Angeles Lakers franchise as a marquee who has failed to bring home a championship. I know you could throw Elgin Baylor in the equation, but the year that the Lakers won it in the 70s, Elgin Baylor had retired midway through that season. All right. But really, it's about LeBron James being in his prime, being universally recognized as the best in the world. If you don't capture a championship, it's not going to be his fault per se if he doesn't have the help that he needs. So Magic Johnson, knowing that he's got to compete with Jerry West, by the way, with the Clippers and how the Clippers are coming and really making their presence.
So let me stop there right there. That is huge. That is huge. If you come to LA and you're a star, even if you're not a star, even if you're just a regular player, you're expected to win. Los Angeles is spoiled with winners. I mean, look at the Rams at the Super Bowl right now. The Lakers. How many rings did the Lakers won? Look at the Dodgers. The Dodgers went to the World Series. I mean, LA is spoiled. You come here, you better win. And if you're one of the biggest stars to ever play for the Lakers and you don't win a title, I mean, it's almost like, why'd you even come? You were trash. It doesn't matter anything else you've done. And if LeBron doesn't win at least one ring with the Lakers, then that right there adds on to the point of him not being the GOAT. You can't be the GOAT at 3-6. You can't be the GOAT if you come to the Lakers and you don't win a ring. Period.
because everybody knows they've got cap space and they're going to get somebody in Los Angeles. At least that's the belief between him, Doc Rivers, the billionaire that is Steve Ballmer, with Lawrence Frank, who knows a thing or two about basketball. Magic Johnson has that level of competition. We've been so busy focused on Durant, LeBron and Kawhi and all of this other stuff and the Rich Paul component and clutch sports and all of that stuff. We have not paid enough attention to the fact that Magic Johnson is in his own competitive situation with Jerry West behind the scenes as a consultant to Steve Ballmer, with Doc Rivers and Lawrence Frank in tow. That's the competition that Magic Johnson has, and he's got to find a way to get it done, because I don't think the Clippers are going to end up empty-handed when all is said and done this coming summer.
The answer is LeBron James. LeBron James is under more pressure even than Magic Johnson right now to get a deal done. Magic is, at the mercy of whether the Pelicans will even trade Anthony Davis right now, whether the Lakers have enough in trade commodities and trade assets to get a deal done, even if the Pelicans wanted to.
Look, what Magic Johnson needs to do is he needs to clear out that whole locker room. Get all those players out of there and bring in Anthony Davis. You tell the Pelicans we will give you every goddamn thing you want in order for us to get Anthony Davis. I mean, this is just a no-brainer. Because look, this is what happened. If you clear out the major players for the Lakers, you get Anthony Davis. So you have LeBron James, Anthony Davis. You could probably pick up maybe KD's talking about coming over to Los Angeles. Kyrie's talking about he wants to come play with LeBron again. Isn't it Clay talking about leaving possibly Golden State, might go to the Warriors? I mean, to the Lakers. So, I mean, Magic needs to clear out the whole goddamn locker room, lock down Anthony Davis, and then work from there. Start working on Kevin Durant, just like what Donkey did right after they lost. Jump on his back.
Lonzo Ball plus Kyle Kuzma plus Brandon Ingram plus expiring deals plus draft picks plus whatever flotsam and jetsam they have, enough weight in trade value to get a diminished, in terms of his trade value, Anthony Davis. The whole point in saying, I want to trade, and by the way, to the Lakers, is to diminish Anthony Davis's trade value, because you're sending out a message to the rest of the league. If you go after AD, everything you're giving up for him, 1 year rental. Hey, you think Kawhi's staying in Toronto? AD ain't staying wherever.
That 1 year rental could probably get you at least to the Western Conference Finals. With LeBron, Anthony Davis, and maybe if they're able to pick up one more deep shooter, like maybe Clay. Oh man, they're definitely getting to the Western Conference Finals, and they'll definitely be able to go toe-to-toe with the Warriors. Definitely. If not, maybe win. I don't want to push it. But they do have a chance to be some strong contenders.
You send him either. He's going to the Lakers, right? So that's the idea. This is clearly diminish his trade value and then do the Lakers. If the Pelicans simply won't deal him, or the Lakers just don't have enough stuff to get him, that's not on Magic. Magic did the thing, which is to get LeBron. It's actually going to be perceived as on LeBron, because AD apparently wants to play with LeBron. That's the guy, that's the superstar who wants to go play with LeBron. If they get AD, then LeBron, who has 3.5 years left on this deal and ostensibly in his career, and who knows how much longer as the best player in the world, then LeBron has a chance to win at least another championship, or really be in the mix for one. Because with LeBron and AD, now other players will start to want to play with them. They have a real chance to beat anybody. Even those kind of guys who take mid-levels will start to take discounts, as they did in Miami, as you see is the case with super teams. But if he doesn't get AD, you think KD is going to wind up with the Lakers? Think Kawhi is going to wind up with the Lakers? Do you think Clay, or do you think Clay is going to stay where he is? Did Paul George wind up with the Lakers? And the perception will be, whether true or not, that the stars of the league didn't want to play with LeBron, and at the end of LeBron's career.
Exactly, Max. Exactly. Nobody wants to play with LeBron. I think Kawhi Leonard had a chance to play with LeBron. I think Paul George had a chance to play with LeBron. I think one other person I can't remember, but they didn't want to play with LeBron because they don't want to deal with their shit. They don't want to deal with their shit.
will occur without maybe even a championship appearance. The pressure right now is on LeBron James.
Wait, Stephen A., before you respond to that, can I just add, because I think Max is right. I think the pressure is on LeBron. Let me just add this one detail. AD has to force his hand to LA. In order for LA to have the best deal, as Max said, he has to depress the value of the rest of the league. And that's going to require at some point, and that's going to require him saying, or at least putting the message out, I will only sign an extension with LA. That puts pressure on Clutch, which puts pressure on LeBron. That's the connection. LeBron, Clutch, AD.
I was only tempted to interrupt, Max, because I wanted to give you some information before you continue to articulate your point, because I interviewed Adrian Wojnarowski yesterday on my radio show, and he brought up a very interesting point that I want both of y'all to actually respond to, because I get where both of y'all are coming from. I'm saying that would be the case in the end, guys. I'm talking about in the moment right now, what Magic Johnson is faced with. Here's what Woj said to me yesterday that I think you both find very interesting. He reminded me that there are an abundance of teams out there. This notion that it's just about LA and it's just about Boston is a misnomer, because what we learned is that various other teams want to get into the Anthony Davis sweepstakes because they think they can do a better job. That he didn't say this. Woj didn't say this part about Dell Demps. I'm saying it. They believe they can do a better job than Dell Demps of trading Anthony Davis if they got their hands on it. See, we're all of this notion that Anthony Davis has to go one or two places because that's where he'll end up. But the reality is that you can be another team that knows you have no shot at keeping Anthony Davis, but still acquire him in a trade, and then you will be the one that has him to use as trade bait this summer. So when you take